Hello, viewers. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And let us talk about important matters. At this moment in time, we need to take a look on Christopher Mutsvangwa. Remember that he was sacked a few days ago from the Ministry of War Veterans, but retained his job at ZANU-PF, at Sheikh Building, as the Information Secretary. And during that particular moment, he has made another controversial move by writing a letter which was praising himself, not the party. Something which a lot of ZANU-PF supporters and sympathizers have seen as a blunder. So, according to Newsday, they say members of the Zimbabwe National Liberation War Veterans Association have hailed President Mnangagwa's decision to sack Christopher Mutsvangwa as a Veterans and the Liberation Struggle Affairs Minister, describing him as a non-performer. Mnangagwa dismissed Mutsvangwa on Saturday last week without giving reasons. Addressing journalists in Bulawayo yesterday, the association's national chairperson, Andreas Matibela, who claimed to represent approximately 30,000 members, said they were relieved by the sacking. We as war veterans are relieved. He was a non-performer. We had high expectations as we had so many issues that we wanted the government to address, but to our disappointment, instead of engaging us, he was disengaging us. He was dividing us, Matibela said. Instead of uniting us, he was more focused on Nelson Chamisa. Let's discuss warfare issues. It is not the majority of us who subscribe to what is described as bootlickers. Matibela said war veterans were divided because of poverty. Not all of us are ambitious to rule this country. We have no business ruling this country as long as we find a visionary leader who then will give us an opportunity to participate in the mainstream economy. That's the kind of leadership we're looking for. So if we take a look on this last statement in Zimbabwe, the demands or the grievances of the war veterans, you can actually see that they've said a lot. Take a look on this. They said we are concerned over the absence of leadership that can take us to Canaan after 43 years. If some of us were not greedy, Zimbabwe would be envy to many because it has resources. We might hate the British system, but they educated us well. So, honestly, is this about Mutsvangwa only or zvakutenda kumberi? Because how are they all veterans mentioning 43 years? What kind of Canaan are they talking about right here? So you can actually see that this thing is deeper than anybody could imagine. This thing is deeper than anybody could imagine. And I sense that this statement much more to the sacking of Mutsvangwa. I now see where there is a great possibility that Mutsvangwa was removed from the ministry, not because he had done something wrong, but because they wanted to find a way to silence the war veterans. Because just remember, there is a minister who is there and the grievances continue to arise, especially people of Mutsvangwa's caliber. Mutsvangwa, if he is charged, he won't be able to keep quiet. What it means is they were going to continuously, persistently, until you would have time to respond to them each and every time. And that was going to create more problems and more chaos for ZANU-PF and President Mnangagwa. So the only way to contain the situation, in my own view, is to remove Mutsvangwa so that they don't target Mutsvangwa. And because they fear Mnangagwa, they will not continuously provoke Mnangagwa. So the major question is, are they going to stand against Mnangagwa? That is a very important issue. They will blame Mutsvangwa right here, but there is nothing Mutsvangwa would deliver because the government is failing to actually take care of everybody. Nobody is being taken care of. Government is failing. So Anzi, he did not do anything for us in the last 10 years when he was the chairman. We're surprised that the president went on to reward a non-performer, which means aigara achingobayiwa bayiwa. And who are these people vari kunzi vakasaronda President Mnangagwa who are greedy and who are tribalists. So, Team Zimbabwe, the sacking of Mutsvangwa is much more than we think, and there is something big behind his sacking. So I have tried to exhaust key issues right here from the statement which I just read, which was right here onto the screen. But we need to agree. I need to hear what you think. I need to hear your views. What do you really think about why Mutsvangwa was actually sacked? Was he sacked for certain reasons, like Walter Muzembe came and said, Chris Mutsvangwa munhu asingagoni kunyarara, Chris Mutsvangwa munhu asingatambire zvinotaurwa nevamwe. Ari mukabhineti imomo anenge achikakanharwa achiomesa musoro. Other people would say, okay, there is a great possibility that Mutsvangwa was removed because of his failure to actually observe the leadership of the chairman of cabinet, who is the president. And the major question is, why is it that they have to remove him now? Was he not aware before he appointed him? Was President Mnangagwa not aware of the character of Mutsvangwa before he was appointed? Then we have another person called Xavier Kasukwere. He gave his own version and said Mutsvangwa touched the Minister of Information, and that angered President Mnangagwa. That is another version, a second version. Then another version will tell you that Mutsvangwa wanted or wants to replace VP Chiwenga. That is another version. He's eyeing for the top post in the vice presidency. That is another version. He feels that he can replace him and he becomes the best vice president representing the Mashonat people. So those are versions which are coming up to Zimbabwe each and every day. Another version will come and say, Mutsvangwa ndianga kutoda kupinda panyanga. He's ambitious, and because he clearly mentioned that he's ambitious, there is a great possibility that Mdara felt threatened naye. Others will come and tell you that Mutsvangwa's son is distributing Starlink kits, and it is being perceived or viewed as a threat to the system or to the regime itself. So there are a lot of things in Zimbabwe which are attached to these things, but we need to clearly understand that I personally I knew that Mutsvangwa was not going to last long in such a position, and I doubt if he's going to last long as well as the Secretary of Information for information within ZANU-PF. Other people are saying Chamisa was far much better than Mutsvangwa. I do not know, guys, how you view it, what you think about it, but handizive, guys, kuti combination idzi makadzitarisa dzinobudisa chitsvino here. So it is what it is in Zimbabwe. I do not know what you think, but the major issue right here is that the war veterans are happy that Mutsvangwa was removed as the Minister for War Veterans. Other people are saying it's a strategy which was meant to make sure that the war veterans themselves are silenced because vanenge vasina wekunongedza at this moment in time except Mdara. As long as they don't have the minister who are then going to point fingers at because they fear President Mnangagwa, which means they won't dare fight again, and that is their mistake. So it is what it is. I don't know what you think. Let us talk in the comment section.